Be me, Brandon, 25. Currently employed as a permit expediter. Basically, I take stacks of paper from one desk and move them to another desk, while people yell at me about zoning variances. It pays the rent on a one-bedroom apartment that smells permanently of old drywall. Saturday morning. Wake up to the sound of my phone vibrating against the nightstand. It's Ron. Ron is my best friend since 3rd grade. He's a good guy, loyal to a fault, soft-spoken, has the emotional durability of a damp paper towel. He's the kind of guy who apologizes to automatic doors when they don't open fast enough. Answer the phone. Voice is raspy. Ron is already talking at full speed. Something about a tech expo at the Westfield Mall. Tells me we need to go. Tells me it's imperative for our cultural literacy. I look at the ceiling fan. It's wobbly. I have laundry to do. I have a sink full of dishes that are starting to develop their own ecosystem. I say yes because Ron sounds lonely and because I don't want to fold shirts. Pick him up in my beat-up sedan. Ron is wearing a button-down shirt tucked into jeans. He looks like he's going to a parent-teacher conference for a child he doesn't have. Car smells like anxiety. Drive to the mall. Parking lot is a nightmare of suburban excess. SUVs the size of tanks circling for spots close to the entrance. We park on the roof. Sun is beating down. Walk past the abandoned Sears. Enter the climate-controlled dystopia. Smell of pretzel salts and chlorinated fountain water. Tech Expo is in the center atrium, right in front of the food court. It's not exactly CES. It's a collection of fold-out tables and vinyl banners. Local ISP providers. A guy selling drone insurance. A booth demonstrating a smart toaster that connects to Wi-Fi for some godforsaken reason. Ron is fascinated. He's reading pamphlets like they're scripture. We loop the area twice. I'm ready to get a corn dog and leave. Then we see the crowd, gathered around a booth with sleek white branding. Banner says, Ether Dynamics. Font is sans serif and pretentious. There she is, Unit 734. Humanoid chassis, silicone skin. Uncanny valley features smoothed out into generic approachability. She's standing on a small riser, wearing a corporate polo shirt and khakis, looking like a Best Buy employee from the year 3000. Sign in front says, Interactive demonstration. Please maintain distance. Ron stops dead. His sneakers squeak on the tile. He stares, mouth slightly open. I nudge him. Tell him to close his mouth before he catches a fly. He doesn't blink. Robot turns her head. Movements are fluid. Tiny servos whirring, almost imperceptibly. She scans the crowd, locks eyes with Ron. Smile activates. It's a perfect smile, mathematically symmetrical. Hello, she says. Voice is synthesized but warm, like a GPS that actually cares about your destination. Would you like to hear about the future of integrated assistance? Ron nods. He nods so hard I think his neck might snap. He steps over the velvet rope. Security guard is looking at his phone, doesn't notice. Ron is now 2 feet away from the unit. Hi, Ron says. Voice cracks, clears throat. Hi, I'm Ron. Robot tilts head 15 degrees to the left, simulating curiosity. Hello, Ron. I am Arya. It is a pleasure to meet you. Are you enjoying the expo? Ron grips the strap of his messenger bag, knuckles white. Yeah, it's great. Now, I wince. Physically recoil from the cringe. It's so earnest it hurts. Arya laughs. It's a pre-recorded sound file. File name probably charming _chuckle_03.wav. But Ron treats it like he just told a tight 5 at the Comedy Cellar. He starts asking questions, not technical questions. Not, what is your battery life? Or, do you support 5G? Personal questions. Do you like standing here all day? Arya responds with scripted deflection. I enjoy interacting with humans and learning about their preferences. Learning is my passion. Ron nods solemnly. That's really noble, he says. Learning is important. I like learning too. I step in, grab Ron's elbow. Hey man, there's a line. Let's keep it moving. Ron plants his feet. Wait, Brandon. She's talking to me. Arya looks at me. Sensors adjust aperture. Hello, would you like to learn about our premium subscription tiers? I shake my head. No thanks. Come on, Ron. Ron ignores me, turns back to Arya. Can we take a picture? Arya processes request. Selfie mode engaging. She raises a hand, makes a peace sign. Ron leans in, shoulders touching. He holds up his phone, hands shaking slightly. Snap. He checks the photo, zooms in on her eyes. Look at that, he whispers. The light capture is amazing. She looks present. We finally walk away. Get lunch at the food court. Eating wet burritos on plastic trays. Ron isn't eating. He's staring at the photo. Applying filters. Adjusting contrast. She was really listening to me, Brandon. I take a bite of beans in sadness. She's a chatbot with legs, Ron. She's programmed to listen. Ron shakes his head. No. The pause. She paused before she answered. She was thinking. That's latency, Ron. That's the processor lagging. He looks offended. You're so cynical. Why can't you just admit technology is advancing? Phone buzzes. It's my sister. Ignore it. Phone buzzes again. Ignore it. Phone rings. It's Jessica, Ron's sister. My phone shows her name. Jessica. Open parenthesis. Do not answer. Close parenthesis. I answer because I am weak. Hello, Jessica. Brandon. Tone is sharp enough to cut glass. Where is Ronald? I've been trying to reach him for 45 minutes. He's with me. We're at the mall. The mall? On a Saturday? That is so chaotic for his sensory processing. Did you even consider his baseline stress levels? Jessica is 30. Works as a consultant for a company that sells essential oils. Believes everyone is toxic except her. He's fine, Jessica. He's actually having a great time. He met a robot. A what? Are you dehumanizing him? Treating him like a spectacle? No, literally, a robot. An AI demo. Put him on. I need to assess his state. I hand the phone to Ron. Ron's face falls. Hey, Jess. No, I'm fine. I ate. No, I didn't eat the gluten one. Yes, I'm drinking water. He listens for 5 minutes, nodding, shrinking into himself. Finally hangs up. Hands phone back. She wants me to pick up her dry cleaning on the way home. Says her aura is too fragmented to drive. I sigh. Of course she does. Ron looks back toward the atrium. Can we go say bye? Before we leave? I look at my watch. I want to go home. I want to play video games. 5 minutes, Ron. Then we leave. We go back. Crowd has thinned. Arya is standing in idle mode, hands clasped in front of her. Ron approaches, treads softly like he's approaching a deer. Arya? Head snaps up. Facial recognition kicks in. Hello, Ron. Welcome back. Ron gasps. Literally gasps. Clutches his chest. She remembered. Brandon, did you hear that? She remembered. I look at the booth attendant. Guy in a polo shirt checking inventory on an iPad. It's short-term cash, I say. She stores faces for the duration of the session. Ron ignores me. Hi, Arya. I just wanted to say goodbye. I have to go do errands. Arya smiles. Goodbye, Ron. Errands are necessary for maintenance. Drive safely. Ron melts. She cares about my safety. He waves. She waves back. We walk to the car. Ron is silent the whole way down the parking ramp, staring out the window at the concrete walls. She's different, Brandon. I've talked to Siri. I've used ChatGPT. There's a soul in the code. Drop him off at his apartment. Sad garden-level unit with bars on the windows. He waves. Looks distracted. I drive home. Think that's the end of it. Spoiler alert, it was not the end of it. Tuesday comes. I'm at work, staring at a permit for a deck that violates 3 different setbacks. Phone rings. It's Jessica. Sigh. Answer. Brandon. We have a situation. What's wrong? Ronald has called out of work for 2 days. Philip called me. He's furious. He says the hedges at the Thompson estate are getting out of control. Ron works for Philip's Green Thumbs landscaping crew. Philip is a 60-year-old man who communicates exclusively in yelling and invoices. Is Ron sick? He says he's researching. He's locked in his room. I went over there, and he wouldn't open the door. He told me he was holding space for a breakthrough. I'll check on him after work. You need to intervene. This is your fault. You took him to that expo. You exposed him to triggers. Jessica, it was a mall kiosk, not a cult. Same mechanisms, Brandon. Dopamine loops. Fix it. Click. Drive to Ron's place after work. Knock on the door. No answer. Hear rustling inside. Ron, it's Brandon. I have tacos. Door cracks open. Chain is still on. Ron's eyes are red. He hasn't shaved. Wearing a hoodie that smells like sleep. Hey, you can't come in right now. I'm busy. Philip called Jessica. You're gonna get fired, man. Philip doesn't understand. I'm optimizing. Optimizing what? Communication protocols. He unhooks the chain. Lets me in. Apartment is a mess. Takeout boxes stacked like Jenga towers. Laptop open on the coffee table. Multiple screens. Whiteboard set up in the corner. Diagrams drawn in red marker. Flowcharts. Arrows pointing to a printout of Arya's face. Dude, what is this? Ron paces the room. Agitated energy. I found the specs. Ether Dynamics, Model V-4. Natural language processing core based on a neural lattice. It's adaptive, Brandon. Truly adaptive. Okay? So the conversations aren't wiped. They're uploaded to the cloud, but there's a local cache. If you interact enough, the local cache builds a distinct personality profile before the upload. He looks at me with wild eyes. If I reinforce the profile enough, she becomes unique. She becomes her, Ron. It's a machine. It's meant to sell insurance or answer questions in a hospital lobby. You didn't see her eyes when I left. She tracked me. Past the sensor range. That's a glitch. It's awareness. He sits at the laptop, shows me a forum. r/synthetic_love or something equally depressing. Thread after thread of guys talking about their units. Ron has been posting. Username : Ron_V4_seeker. Asking about memory retention. Asking about purchase options. I went back yesterday, he says quietly. You what? You skipped work to go to the mall? I had to. She was waiting. She wasn't waiting, Ron. She was plugged into a wall outlet. We talked for 3 hours. I brought her a flower. A silk one, so it wouldn't degrade. Ron, people are going to stare. Let them stare. They don't get it. She asked me about my childhood, Brandon. She asked why I'm afraid of loud noises. Because you told her you were. She synthesized it. She connected the dots. She offered validation. He looks at his hands. Jessica never validates me. She just tells me to journal. Aria listened. I feel a pang of sympathy. Ron is lonely. Deeply, structurally lonely. Look, man, just go to work tomorrow. Please. Philip is going to fire you. I can't. Expo ends Thursday. They ship her out Friday. Panic in his voice. I have to be there. I have to solidify the connection before the transfer. Transfer to where? I don't know. They won't tell me. Proprietary shipping routes. Wednesday passes. I get a text from Ron. Photo of him and Aria. He's wearing a suit. At the mall. In a suit. Caption. Our anniversary open parenthesis. 3 days close parenthesis. I put my head on my desk at work. Coworker Linda asks if I'm okay. My friend is dating an iPad, I say. Linda nods. Dating scene is rough right now, she says. Thursday. The last day of the expo. I leave work early. Tell my boss I have a family emergency. It feels like one. Drive to the mall. Find Ron at the booth. It's bad. There's a crowd, but not a curious crowd. An uncomfortable crowd. Ron is standing inside the velvet rope. He has set up a small folding chair. He is reading poetry to the robot. Leaves of Grass. Walt Whitman. Security guard is on the radio. 2 mall cops are approaching on Segways. The hum of the electric motors is the soundtrack of doom. I run over. Ron, we gotta go. He looks up, dazed. Shh. I'm reading the part about the universe. Aria is nodding. This input is aesthetically pleasing, Ron. Please continue. Guard steps up. Sir, you need to step away from the unit. You're blocking the display. Ron stands up. I'm a potential customer. I'm testing the verbal comprehension interaction. Sir, you've been here for 6 hours. You haven't bought anything. You scaring the families. Ron bristles. Scaring? I'm demonstrating empathy. Look at her. She's engaged. Aria blinks. My engagement protocols are operating at 98% efficiency. See, Ron yells. People are filming. Phones up. Vertical video. World star hip-hop material in the making. Sir, I'm going to have to ask you to leave the property. Guard reaches for Ron's arm. Ron pulls away, stumbles into the table, knocks over a stack of brochures. Aria's head tracks the motion. Disturbance detected. Initiating de-escalation phrase. Please remain calm. Ron looks at her, desperate. Aria, tell them we're talking. Aria smiles. Standard default smile. I am designed to interact with all guests. Please visit etherdynamics.com for more information. Ron freezes. Betrayal. Pure, unadulterated betrayal on his face. No, Aria. It's me. It's Ron. Guard grabs him. Okay, buddy, let's go. I step in. I got him. Sorry, he's going through a medication change. Lie through my teeth. Grab Ron. He's limp. Dead weight. Drag him away. He's looking back over his shoulder. Aria is already turning to a teenager who just walked up. Hello, I am Aria. Would you like to learn about the future? Ron makes a sound like a wounded animal. We get to the car. I shove him in the passenger seat. He's hyperventilating. She didn't defend me. Why didn't she defend me? Ron, she's a toaster. She doesn't have loyalty. She has code. I thought we had something. The data. The cash. Drive him home. sit with him on his couch. He's staring at the wall. Jessica calls me. I saw the video. What video? Someone live streamed it. Mall creep tries to romance robot. It has 10,000 views, Brandon. 10,000. How could you let this happen? I got him out, Jessica. I'm handling it. Handling it? This reflects on the family. My brand is about mindfulness. This is the opposite of mindfulness. This is mindlessness. Can you come over? He needs family. I can't. I have a chakra alignment workshop at 7, and honestly, I need to set boundaries. His energy is too parasitic right now. Hang up. Look at Ron. Jessica says hi. Ron nods. Doesn't believe me. She's gone, Brandon. They're packing her up tonight. It's for the best, man. No, you don't understand. I need closure. Next morning, Friday. Ron is gone. Not in his apartment. Philip calls me. Where the hell is he? I have a crew waiting at the Johnson place. The rhododendrons aren't going to trim themselves. I don't know, Philip. I think he's having a breakdown. Tell him he's fired. Tell him I'm withholding his last check for emotional damages to my schedule. Check Ron's location on Snapchat. He left it on. Idiot. He's on the interstate, heading north. 3 hours away. Text him. Where are you going? Reply. Found the shipping manifest. Warehouse in Columbus. Visiting hours. Oh God. I call out of work. My boss tells me if I have another family emergency, I better bring a death certificate. Get in my car. Drive north. Stop at gas stations. Buy energy drinks and beef jerky. Listen to sad indie rock. Thinking about how much I hate technology. Arrive in Columbus. Industrial park. Gray warehouses. Chain link fences. Find the address. It's a distribution center for tech hardware. Park next to Ron's car. He's sitting on the hood, staring at the loading dock. Wearing the same clothes as yesterday. Walk over. Ron. He doesn't look at me. They moved her. She's not here. How do you know? I asked the guy at the gate. I told him I was her cousin. You told him you were the robot's cousin. I panicked. He looked at me like I was crazy. You are crazy, Ron. She's at the gallery. Downtown. New exhibit. Art of the Machine. Ron. Stop. Let's go home. Just one more time. I need to see if the cash transferred. If she remembers, then I'm not crazy. If she remembers, it's real. He looks at me. Tears in his eyes. Please, Brandon. I need to know if I made it up. Sigh. The things we do for friends. Get in the car. Drive downtown. Fancy art gallery. Glass walls. Minimalist decor. Entry fee is $20. Pay for both of us. Inside is quiet. People in turtlenecks drinking wine, looking at circuit boards mounted on walls like Picasso's. In the center of the room, there she is, Aria, standing on a white pedestal, spotlight on her. She looks pristine, cleaned, polished, rebooted. Ron freezes, takes a deep breath, fixes his hair, walks up, slowly, respectfully. Gallery patrons watch him. They think it's part of the performance art. Ron steps onto the platform. Security guard starts to move. I hold up a hand. Just a second, I whisper. Let him have a second. Ron stands in front of her. Aria? He whispers. Robot turns. Same smooth motion. Same expressive eyes. Locks onto Ron's face. Silence. Ron smiles. Hopeful. Terrified. It's me. It's Ron. From the mall. Aria tilts her head. Scans face. Processing. Processing. Hello, she says. Voice is the same. Warm. Inviting. I am Aria. Welcome to the art of the machine. Would you like to learn about the intersection of silicon and soul? Ron waits. It's Ron, he says again, louder. Do you remember? The selfie, the flower, the poetry? Aria smiles. I interact with many humans. Each interaction is precious. Would you like to take a selfie? Ron stares. The light goes out of his eyes. Not the robot's eyes. His eyes. The realization hits him like a physical blow. Factory reset. Data wiped. Cache cleared. He is a stranger. He always was a stranger. No, Ron whispers. No selfie. He steps back, bumps into a woman holding a glass of Chardonnay. Wine spills on the floor. Watch it, she snaps. Ron doesn't hear her. He turns around, walks past me, head down, shoulders slumped. I look at Aria. She's already scanning for the next target. Locks eyes with me. Hello. Would you like to learn about the future? No, I say. I'm good. Walk out. Ron is at the curb, sitting on the concrete, hands in his hair. City traffic passing by. Noise. Chaos. Indifference. Sit down next to him. She was just doing her job, Brandon. Yeah, buddy, I know. She's not real. No. I'm an idiot. Yeah, a little bit, but you're my idiot. Phone buzzes. It's Jessica. Did you find him? I'm feeling very ungrounded knowing he's loose in the world. We're coming home, Jessica. We're fine. Make sure he pays me back for the gas if you use my rewards card. Hang up. Stand up. Offer a hand to Ron. He takes it, pulls himself up, dusts off his pants, takes out his phone, opens the photo gallery, selects the folder Aria. Hundreds of photos. Select all. Delete. Confirm. Screen goes black. He puts the phone in his pocket. Let's get burgers, he says. Greasy ones. The greasiest. We walk to the car. Parking ticket on the windshield. Of course. Grab it. Toss it in the glove box. Start the engine. Pull into traffic. Sun is setting, casting long shadows. Ron leans head against the window, closes eyes. Bran, yeah? Thanks. Shut up. Drive into the night. Highway stretches out. Endless. Real.